Let's bring in co-founder of Moms for Liberty, Bridget Ziegler. Bridget, great to have you on. I know the Southern Poverty Law Center is far left, but it's just baffling to me that they would label you as domestic terrorist. I mean, it's preposterous. Your thoughts on that?
Well, listen, first of all, I think it's just the left's desperate attempt to continuously try to discredit parents and silence them because, as you noted, this growing group of amazing moms and dads who are speaking up and advocating for their children are a very powerful and influential voting bloc. And the left realizes that they're losing their stronghold on education, which has been their stronghold for decades. So, again, it hasn't worked before when it worked with the National School Board Association and the Department of Justice. It won't work this time. I know these moms and dads. I know the women who run Moms for Liberty fighting very hard to make sure that they're in charge of the direction and upbringing of their children.
Yeah, and you know, when I see things, I look at this, and when you're labeling people as domestic terrorists, and when you are sending Antifa out like they did in Glendale, California, and they're sending Antifa out to fight with parents, you know that there's some fear. They're afraid of you. Whatever you're doing is working.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly right. And I think another thing is, not too long ago, I think this week, we saw something happen. Not only, you mentioned Glendale, California, with the Antifa and the Armenian parents who were at a school board meeting, again, advocating for the rights of their parental rights and for the protecting of their children. We also saw this in Montgomery County, Maryland, where there were hundreds of parents that were of Muslim faith-based background that were pushing back again against the curriculum that's being forward. And I think it does, again, the left has tried to push this right-wing, white supremacy, bigot, all these different labels they give us. But we can see this is across the backgrounds of religion and different backgrounds that are fighting back to protect their kids.
I mean, QAnon, Proud Boys, teacher haters, just plain haters. They pretty much call you guys everything that they can think of. You know, it's the same thing. It's the climate deniers and, you know, assault on democracy. There's got to be a name because there's no way to actually debate. Nobody wants to debate. They just want to call you a name and walk away because they know the debate. Those who are ill-equipped to debate don't like to debate.
Oh, you were right on. That is exactly right. Because if we were to go head-to-head on the issues, they would lose. They know it. It's common sense. It's not even partisan-driven. It is common sense. People want to see their children be successful. They want the government staying out. They want families to be able to raise their children as they see fit. And there's no name that they can call us that's going to make parents back down.
We talked about the numbers, Bridget, and, you know, 100,000. You're talking about your group growing, I mean, exponentially. How is the influence for the 2024 election? Do you see a big voice for your group going forward?
So to be fair, I'm actually no longer affiliated officially with Moms for Liberty. I was initial founder, but I work closely with them as the Leadership Institute Director of School Boards. But I can tell you that I work with them collectively across the country, and I talk to these moms and dads. They are on the ground. Many weren't politically active ever before, but you can bet they are politically active now and will be playing a very vital role in 2024.
Lastly, are you surprised by how much your message is resonating and how many parents, mama bears, have come together to fight for what you believe in?
Listen, I'm a mom of 3 young daughters, so I'm not surprised because there's a fire in our belly when it comes to our children, and that is the innate aspect of us as parents. And when anyone gets in the way of us and our children, you can bet we're going to step up and you're going to bet we're going to speak up, and no label is going to keep us from protecting our children. And again, this will be a big call to action. This has actually only spurred more people to step up, so they can call us what they like. We won't back down.
Bridget Ziegler, great to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you.